welcome back. We're picking up today's video exactly where we left off last time, and if you haven't seen yesterday's video, you're not gonna know what's going on here. This is a brand new build that we created right at the spawn of our world, so anytime you die without a spawn, this is where you show up to. We've got a really cool door that you guys have already seen, and that's about it. There's not a lot going on here yet. We have a lot planned for today's video. We're basically gonna make this entire thing come to life because right now, let's be honest, it's pretty dead. So the first thing we're doing today is traveling very, very far up north so we can get all of the items we're gonna need. Only problem is I died once off camera and I no longer have a glider in my inventory. So this is gonna make the travel back to our main village kind of annoying, but I'll see you guys when I arrive there so we can get to work. There are so many sheep here, and actually, I'm gonna need wool later in this video, so I'm just gonna pet them all. And just a fun fact, if you pet a sheep and then use your dodge, it'll actually still give you the wool, and you can cut out a lot of the animation time. I guess I already pet that one, that's why he didn't give it to me, but yeah, it does work. Oh, there we go. And we made it back to home base, and as you can see by my inventory, we're gonna have everything we need here. Just a whole slew of items that don't really make sense now, but they will once I start building. I don't really want to spend much time here, and also one thing that I want to say in this video is that this village is basically like not able to be worked on until they fix this error at the top. It's incredibly laggy, and it's really hard to build anything here anymore. Just an unfortunate truth, and the reason why I haven't really been doing a lot of build projects here, but that's besides the point. We're taking our janky elevator back up top, and we are gonna get back all the way to spawn. The special guest joining our world is gonna need a nice introduction to this world, and I think this is definitely gonna help out. But enough talking, let's get... Oh, okay, we're already lagging. Yeah, we just like can't move half the time here, but once I can, we're gonna get back over all the way to spawn. There we go. We're gonna get back over all the way to spawn so we can start on all of the work we have to do on our new castle. You know, as I showed you earlier in this video, it's still super empty over there, and we need to fill it out and make it feel like some effort was actually put in here. Also, that village right there looks kind of sick. I might be returning to that pretty soon, just a hint, and please don't die. Did I die? No, I didn't. Okay, I just took a stamina bug. Okay, and we are back. Our door is down, and it's time to get started on today's work. One thing that I did want to say before we begin is that we're on the road to 1 million subscribers. A huge milestone, and we're uploading daily Lego Fortnite, so if you guys are not yet subscribed, subscribe so you can say you were here before 1 mil. That's kind of like OG status, so if you guys want to do that, yeah, feel free. But anyway, if we come in here, as you can see, we just have 2 crafting benches down, and these are the 2 easiest ones to build. So there's a few things that we're going to do, and the first of which is actually upgrade. How do I only have 2 shells? I'm not too concerned because there just has to be a roller spawn near here. I just have to find it. Oh, and there it is. We got our 3rd shell. I kind of like the fact that the roof isn't closed off either because for the moment I can kind of just grapple into here, which is nice. But let's go ahead and upgrade our crafting bench. Not once, not twice. You guys see where I'm going with this. I'm gonna upgrade it 3 times, but as you can see, I brought everything with the perfect amount of resources, so not twice, but 3 times to get this all the way to an epic crafting bench. That way, when people join the server and they spawn with absolutely nothing, they can craft any tool in the game that they want. You know, when the update comes that gives us legendary items, I'm gonna have to come back here and upgrade it once again, but that's something for the future. The next thing we're gonna do is take our first grand chest out of the 2 and put it inside of the actual building itself. I just need to decide exactly where I'm gonna put this. And what I was thinking is I put some storage under here and also on the opposite side. You know, like we just saw, we only have 2 grand chests that we're able to build at the moment. So I'll just plop it here right in the middle. And that'll be a good spot to store some stuff, starting with a grapple. I made that grapple specifically for the person that is joining our world pretty soon. That way we can travel around together pretty quickly. They're obviously also going to need some other items, and I think a few of them I've already put away. 2 of which being some health charms just to get them started. You know, the health charms that I brought over here, as you can see, are just the blue ones, but that should be enough to get them over to our other bases. And last episode, I talked about how I was adding something to the center of this building, and I told you guys to guess what it was. I did see a few comments of those of you who got it right, and let me know down below if you were one of those people, because what we're going to be building in the center here is a jump pad. You guys have already seen the flying technique that we use every single video, swinging the pickaxe and pulling out the glider. It extends your stamina a ton, and it's the best way to travel in this game. So what I thought is, instead of building an ugly staircase all the way up to the build limit, I decided that it'd be really cool to build a jump pad hoverboard type situation, and that's exactly what we're gonna attempt to do right now. And I believe the way I want to build out this staircase is a little different than I originally planned. We're gonna put another staircase that goes up on this side, and we're actually gonna structure out this entire staircase as well so it doesn't look off. But we're not done yet because obviously we have to put an entire launch pad here, which is not gonna be easy in this small space, but we're gonna do our best. Start with a couple floors, and we're also gonna have to push out this back wall, which is totally fine because I think the back of this thing actually kind of looks ugly. So yeah, breaking out a few of these walls will give it more depth, and it should should make it actually look better in the process. So let's put a few more floors down. And this is basically going to act as a helicopter pad or a landing pad. But now we got more structure to this building because as you can see, we have multiple stories. It already gives this whole thing a lot more complexity, but we're going to continue on. Down here, I'm making this little pocket where I think I'm going to sneak an extra chest or some sort of storage. We'll leave it for now, but I think this is a cool little pocket that we can utilize. If you built in this game, you'll know that a lot of it is very experimental. You end up breaking a lot of the stuff you put down, which is totally fine. It's just part of the process, and that is exactly where I wanted the railing to end, so that's perfect. Copy the same thing over to the other side, and now it looks a little bit better. Anyway, let's get back up top, and like I said, this is our helipad here. And we'll add a nice design to the outside here in the form of some sculptures and some pillars. Nice. That looks better. Also, quick interruption. Let me know if you guys like me showing the building. Most of the time, I speed run all of this and don't show it. Wait, no way. Should I put one of these in? Oh, that's dope. That'll make it look so much better. Can I double this up? No way. Wait. Does it still work? It does. Wait, can I do it on this side too? Does that make it look better? No. I kind of like it only on the inside. I think I'm going to delete the one on the outside because I like the square look, but then once you open it, I do like this little tunnel. Wow, that's cool. Random little addition, but I think it adds to it. Anyway, let's get back to focusing on what we were doing before that. That looks a little bit better. I want to fill it all the way up, but we're out of granite. Let me go grab some. And we've made it back at the dead of night with a little bit more granite. But as you can see, I mean, as you maybe can't see because it's so dark, we might need to add some lights to this place. And now is the perfect time to do that. First thing I should probably do is get rid of the enemies. And then I should have everything in my inventory to just go ahead and put some lights down. And we do. I know these are expensive because they cost 2 copper each, but I really like the way that these torch lights look. So I'm going to plop 4 of them down here. Oh, and yeah, this is going to get expensive very fast. Maybe a little bit too expensive. I changed my mind. Are you guys realistically building with these? Let me know down below because honestly, like, I can't justify it. I really tried, but I don't have enough resources to do it, and I feel like most people wouldn't want to waste their copper doing this. But just let me know. I think in creative mode, or sandbox mode as they call it, it's probably a better idea. But we're gonna attempt to go with this cheaper alternative that I honestly really like. I use these lights a lot. I've used them in my main village and also my abandoned life raft. Okay, these guys, wait, how did he just die? I'm so confused. I was about to kill him, but he just kind of flopped dead. Anyway, we got a little bit of lighting now, and it already looks a tiny bit better. I hate how the lights are kind of green. The lighting in this game is a little off, if we're being honest. But we added some lights, and we're back with some granite. I know that I specifically went to get granite for those fences, but we cut them out. Instead, what we're going to do is something like this. Just in case you accidentally fall off the jump pad or anything like that, I do want an alternate way to get inside of the building, and this is going to be perfect for that. It also helps us alleviate this gap without having to worry about the design anymore, which is definitely nice. And in order to do that, but still keep it safe, we made this cool little gate. Final touches to the exterior design just to make this whole thing come together, and we'll add a nice corner to bring it all in. Throw it on the other side as well. Wow, I feel like it hasn't been sunny in this world forever. But with these 2 fences in and the door closed, we can come back here, and actually this door needs to face outwards. I keep changing my mind. And now if we come back here and take a look at it, looks pretty solid. Anyway, let's get back up top. Let's open this door, and let's build the launch pad itself, because I'm sure that's what you guys have been waiting for. The design is completely laid out though, and I'm very happy with the result. But let's get started on the fun stuff, shall we? First thing I want to do is get a general idea of where the middle of everything is, because ideally this hovercraft does just go straight up and straight down, so it should just land here in the center. If not, it's not a big deal. This isn't going to be super hard to build, and I'm also going to take you guys through the process as always. And with this tutorial that I'm going to be following today, because I'm not thinking of this myself, I'll have it linked in the description. The one thing is, I'm going to be working a little bit backwards, because with the method that he used, I'm not sure how I could get it centered. So yeah, you're going to see me build it a tiny bit differently, but it's not too much different. What we're going to go ahead and do are use some Pleasant Park roofs, and you can see them on the right here. Pleasant Roof 03 is what we're using for a majority of this. And then of course, we're closing out the corners with this Pleasant Hip. And we're going to take this 12 wide rustic floor and slap it right in the middle of our hoverboard. Whoa, there's a butterfly in the doorway. That looks sick. I've got RGB lights inside of my castle. That's insane. We're going to grab a granite foundation and slap it right in the middle, followed up by a pillar like the same one I was using earlier. There we go. We're going to take a balloon now, which is a toy, which I don't really use too often. And we're going to slap it right in the middle of that. We're going to take some small balloons and put them on the outside. But what I'm realizing is I am out of silk fabric. That certainly puts a blunder in everything, because now I have to get a spinning wheel and a loom and silk. I'm going to speed run it though, because I know some of you guys are probably following this build that I'm doing. So let me do this quickly. What in the world is this? Why does this look like a soccer field? Goalposts on both sides. What is this? I ain't never seen a structure like this. I know I said I was gonna speed run, but I just had to put this in. Honestly, it's pretty cool. Okay, and we finished making everything we needed. We got some silk fabric and some flexwood rods, so we can come back up here and continue. I'm sorry for the interruption. 2 more balloons go here. In order to weigh it down, we're gonna have to place a few more foundations on both sides. We'll toss our nice little activation switch. Then we're gonna drop to the bottom of this, and exactly where I'm putting these pillars, you need to put them as well. Just one on every single corner. And then we're basically done. All we need to place are some large wheels on the underside. And the last one goes right here. And officially, all we have to do is throw thrusters and we're done. And there we go. That was the final piece we needed to put down. Now it's time to test the thing. It's pretty simple. You guys should already know what's going to happen with this, but basically all it's going to do is come down very lightly and touch the ground. And it should, if I built it completely symmetrical, go straight up and straight down with no problems. So let's test it for the first time ever together. Oh boy, here goes nothing. I wasted a lot of resources on the toys here, so if it doesn't work, then that's going to be unfortunate. But here we go. Oh, it's going. It is going straight up. And ladies and gentlemen, we now have a working elevator launch pad. And when it stops going up, I can just press this interaction trigger again and it'll continue to go up. And we can basically go all the way until the height limit. But just to test this thing out for real, I'm gonna jump off of it right now. And as you can see, this is one of the best ways to fly around the map. And there it is right there, dropping back down. I'm not gonna travel all the way back home right now because why would I do that? So let's watch this thing come back down from the sky just to ensure that this was completely successful. We'll stand here and just take a look at it. I'm just hoping it lands in the correct spot, which it looks like it's going to. And it did. There we go. We have it in the perfect spot as well. It's basically completely even with the floor. So when our special guest finally arrives, we'll have one of the best ways to travel back to our main bases because they're super far and this is going to help a lot. The next thing that I would like to do, like I said at the very beginning of this episode, is design the area around the spawn. Because when you spawn in for the first time in my world, it's right where I'm standing. So I want to decorate the area around it. Shouldn't be too hard. All I got to do is grab some materials. And I just backed out and rejoined and this happened. The elevator will still work, obviously, but it's not in the same spot, which I'm not honestly too surprised about. Hopefully it fixes itself eventually, though. Anyway, the first area that we built here, as you can see, is an archery area. So let's put this last target down, and it's pretty simple. The point of this is obviously to shoot some targets and test your aim. I'm also going to throw a random staircase off to the side, and the reason for that is because I want people to be able to hit a 360 no scope if they really want to, and then we'll create some pathways. Everything in the outdoor area is going to be a little sloppy, and that's kind of on purpose. I just want to add as much as I can to the exterior to make this place look more lively. I was even thinking about putting a village here, but we'll think about that a little bit more later. You know, I have so many villages. At some point, I won't even have enough villagers to put at all of them, and I don't want to have that situation, which I already kind of do. So yeah, we're going to be a little careful on that side, but we're going to continue to put down some props. Also, I know I already have lights here, but I'm going to put candles on the front. I added a little bit of platforming here, and what we're going to do is put down a barbecue. If you've watched me before, you'll know I love putting this piece down and decorating it. As always, you can't enjoy a barbecue without some benches, so we gotta have a place for the people to sit. I'm gonna slap down some functional storage here as well, just to dump stuff out of my inventory. I already am having a storage problem here. I have 3 chests, and yeah, we're gonna need more. But over on this side, we went ahead and put down some pillars, and it's starting to rain, and I want to wrap up this video today. But the last thing that I'm gonna do is put down a few more granite foundations, and that should be enough, to be honest with you, because what we're gonna do next is put down some wooden foundations on top of it, and this is gonna be our tiny little farm. And I don't got the soil at the moment, but what I could do is put down some railings. And there we go. Once we put the soil down here, it will be nice because we're gonna run out of food here eventually. And the more that I think about it, the more I'm realizing that a village here would kind of hit. Again, I'm not gonna do it in today's video, but maybe we will. You guys let me know. And also let me know your thoughts on what we built today. Obviously, it's nothing too crazy. The main focus was obviously that elevator right there, and I'm glad we got that done. Last thing I'll do here is throw down a few campfires to give lighting in areas that are really dark. Put one here. We'll put one right by the spawn. And for the time being, we're even gonna put some up on the top story. And I think this is a good place to end today's video. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you watched all the way until the end and you're enjoying this build project, let me know any suggestions that you guys have for it. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. But other than that, it's been your boy Kaz. Thank you so much for watching all the way until the end. I'll catch you all later. Peace.